No, but speaking about business also, no?
Yes.
But it could be like negotiate holidays with your wife, go to North War, or
yes.
And maybe a very good friend, because I really have in this situation we didn't sign the agreement between my partner and me, and we are signing it now. So he knows me a lot. He appreciates a lot that I am a good negotiator. So I always try to be like low profile with him, because he's smart, even if he doesn't negotiate good, and he will feel that I try to push him or move or leading him or something like that. So when someone knows that you are a good negotiator, or let's say not good, but you know a little bit how to negotiate, you try to do the opposite, right? To say, look, I'm not negotiating now, I only just things clear on the table, please tell me that you do something like this. Or please,
I understand. No, actually.
Or you're right. I know you a lot. I know that you really want something, and you say, okay, how should I?
I got your point. I'm just thinking how to answer for that, because one thing is why should you even do something different from these things? Because at the end, both of you, even if you know each other, both of you have your goals, your interests. Both of you have concessions that you're able to do and not. And the difference could be only in if you know them or not. Yeah, but if you know them, it doesn't actually change anything. If he knows this, it could even make it like smoother. Like, okay, so I know that you are not giving this for free.
And the emotional part, I mean, should you do the sort that you appreciate it, like say like, look, settle at the beginning some framework that say, okay, I know we are friends, or I know we love each other, or whatever, or your aunt, okay, I know you help me a lot in life, look, I would like to do this.
Look, we at the end we negotiate all the time. When I ask my son to go to bed, it's negotiation. It's the toughest one. Yeah. So actually, all of these things that we exercise here are valid no matter what is the relationship. And the relationship, of course, can play some part in that, and emotions too. So. When you see that when your friend is, let's say, he gets emotional quite easily, so and now don't take me wrong, you can use it for your good, or it can play against you. But the good thing about this is that you know the other, you know the person. So at least theoretically, it should be easier to create all of these things. Yeah, like if you're boxers before the fight, they try to know the enemy the best they can. Yeah, and I mean, of course, what you have to consider, but not only in a relationship with friends, but with everybody, you have to consider the consequences of all your moves. So you probably want to do business, but you don't want to harm someone's feelings, and you don't want to break the relationship. So that also means that probably you will not push him somewhere where you would push anyone else. And you have to be, of course, it's gut feeling. You have to know it. But if you talk about business, some people say, or there are two opinions, and in some part of it they are going against each other, because many investors would say, okay, you are two co-founders. How long do you know each other? And if they say 2 weeks, he says, okay, I'm not giving you any money. Yeah. But on the other hand, if you know that guy 20 years, it may also not be good, because you know each other so good that at the end, when it goes to money, he could pull something from the past and say, you asshole, you did this, I know it, and I will, it's complicated, but again, all of these techniques, you can still use them, and you can name it then, so that you will say, I know you are a negotiator, you are using this, but still, it's the game, it's just the game, so
It was the European. Thank you. I appreciate it. So it's a good ending for
I mean, it's just, in some ways it's simpler because you know the cards that you're playing, and there is the aspect of the relationships which you don't want to break. So I think generally it should be, there should be much, this should be bigger, yeah, and this, which is one thing, and another thing is that you should be, it's more probable that you will be in the middle, yeah. I don't know if that's the answer that you wanted.
No, it's no answer for this question. It's just to see how you expose it, like expose it to us, and that's it. To think about it and find an own way, because it's not like a right question.
You know, if for example, if someone knows, if some of my friends knows that, and my friends know that. I help companies also with negotiations. So the first thing that he would say if we want to do business, you asshole, you don't try anything of those things that you're teaching on me. for example. But your friends probably don't know what book you read. I had a friend and he...
No, I behave.
Yeah, sure. But probably he will, if you, I don't know, if you use something of these, and he doesn't know that you learned it, you don't tell him, hey, I was on negotiation training, he will probably not recognize it. So then it's just a question of your own morality, if you consider this as good or bad. And it's very individual. It's very individual. But the important thing is that to negotiate with someone, it's nothing wrong, yeah. And even to have a conflict, it's nothing wrong. You should negotiate the way that it's best for both of the sides, yeah. And if you do it this way, so if you don't push someone, if you just mirror, if you say I understand, and the reason why I want this is this, it's very moral. So you can be very moral even at the same time you are very manipulative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and that's I wrote an article about that, and there was a huge discussion on LinkedIn that it's not moral, because most of the people, they negotiate and they in the natural way, and they feel it's moral, but at the end the effect is much less moral than if you do it the manipulative way or planned way. It could be more moral. It's really.
So you're taking more personal and using other personal arguments instead to use just regular basis.
Yes.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
if there is anything, any question afterwards, feel free to let me know.